for like
Same way.
Discover matches all the cash back you earn on your credit card at the end of your first year. Automatically, dollar for dollar, with no limit on how much you can earn. Extra cash? Come on, how amazing is that? In fact, it's even more amazing when you realize all the places where Discover is accepted. 99% of places in the U.S. that take credit cards. So when it comes to Discover, get used to hearing yes more often. Learn more at discover.com/yes. 2021 Nissan. Limitations apply. March's biggest tournament is finally here. And DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app, is putting new customers in the center of action. Bet $4 on an underdog. Win $256 if they win. It's that simple. Pick one of many select college basketball underdogs for your shot at winning $256. All it takes is a $4 bet. Download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use promo code XYT when you sign up to turn $4 into $256 if the underdog of your choosing pulls off the upset. That's code XYT for a limited time only at DraftKings Sportsbook. If you or somebody needing to handle a problem and wants help, call the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services Gambling Disorder Helpline at 800-270-7117. Michigan only. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for terms and conditions. This hour of the Valenti Show with Rico is brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. Call 1-800-LOWER8. Since last August, we lost the great James Sanderson to colon cancer at the young age of 48. We lost a great voice, and we lost a great singer. March's National Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month. We want someone to encourage you to get a colonoscopy. COVID-19 has crept this area, and the amount of colorectal cancer screenings have gone down. We need to ramp back up. We no longer need to wait until you're 50 to get a screening. On behalf of James' family, please sign up for a colonoscopy today. It could save your life. This hour's ticket signing bonus keyword is feather. Text feather to 72881 for your chance at $1,000. Careful, because who wouldn't be good next to Aaron Donald? Brockers, cap casualty in LA. They asked him to take a pay cut. He said no. They said, watch this, we're trading you to hell. The Lions give up a 7th-round selection like 10 years from now. And they get Brockers. $6.5 million base salary. It's a steal. Gives you an adult in the room. Everybody loved Michael Brockers in LA. Rico, am I wrong? Just me No, no happiness. This video there, I think, because it's about the other side. The Lions
manager Dave Gettleman has stinky farts. Rico.
Okay.
Yes! You are the Antichrist!
Today's daily reminders. I hate it again. Issue 4. Good talk. That's all. Just had to say it. Old Fitzy. Ryan Fitzpatrick goes to D.C. Places Alex Smith. Here's my question, man. Dollar for dollar. Must factor finances in. Dollar for dollar. Which team did a better job of replacing your QB? Fitzpatrick replacing Alex Smith? Or Jameis Winston / Taysom Hill replacing Drew Brees? Which franchise did better?
All right, now what was the Fitzpatrick again?
10 million.
I guess it may have been the Washington football team paying one guy. But yeah.
Now again, you could see Jameis Winston throw for 4,000 yards and throw for 35 touchdowns. You can't see that. There is a variance there. And you're right. Taysom Hill, it's a 2-for-1. I want your take. And it's okay if you say it's a push. You think they both do what they know of it.
And yeah, I'm honestly, yeah, let's go with the push because
Okay.
the Saints, I think that Jameis is a lot better than what people say he is. Taysom Hill is not a NFL quarterback to me. He's a gadget player.
Yeah.
But,
Let's go to issue.
yeah. Dave Gettleman again?
No. Serious business only. Issue 5. All right. Roberto is apparently sleeping or drunk. Patriots handed out almost $90 million in bonuses during one of the biggest spending sprees I remember. Too many players to list. Bottom line is, will this work? I.e., will the Patriots challenge the Bills for AFC East supremacy? I say no.
I think it will work, Mike, but I got a higher standard. I guess I think higher than you when it comes to Cam Newton. They've given him weapons around him. And I think Bill Belichick, last year, it was more arrogance. This year, he knows, I got to put in the hard work because I don't want to be seen as the guy who lost out on this divorce between him and Tom Brady. Yeah, I do think it's going to work. They're pushing all in. And if it doesn't, this may be the end of the Belichick years in the league.
Issue 6. Dave Gettleman hates puppies, freedom, beaches, knowledge of the salary cap, and my general happiness.
Hey. Okay. I agree.
Thank you. And issue 7, and this is the most important one. Rico, I want you to explain this to me and the good people of Detroit. I want you to explain how Ryan Pace, the general manager of the Browns, is still employed with a quarterback resume that goes as follows, right? Like your most important job as a GM is to identify and acquire a quarterback. Your second most important job, surround him with talent. Those really are number 1 and number 2. And if you don't do those 2 things, nothing else you do matters. Here's Ryan Pace's career with the Bears. Signs Mike Glennon 3 years, $45 million. Gives up a haul of picks to move up when nobody was going to take Trubisky that high. To take Trubisky, not Watson or Mahomes. He then gives up a 4th-round pick for Nick Foles, even though Foles was absolutely going to be cut from Jacksonville. Turns around, hands him 3 years at $24 million. And then yesterday decides to pay Andy Dalton $10 million in an offseason where as many as 5 quarterbacks could go in the first round and potential unprecedented quarterback movement. Simply put, explain how he is still employed.
Apparently he has photos of somebody that he's sticking around. But, Mike, I think it may have shown you, if you're Chicago, you'd rather them do the Andy Dalton deal than any long-term deal. I don't want a guy who's about to be fired, a la of what Quinn did, to do that Russell Wilson trade where you're giving away the farm on screwing over the next GM. But how he kept his job, how he's keeping his job, yeah, you know what? I don't know. I can say that probably about 20 GMs in this league, I don't know how they stay employed.
Last one for you, and it's a fun one. To commemorate and show appreciation for his 2,000-yard rushing season, Derrick Henry laced his O-lineman with a gold rope chain. It's got a medallion on it, a crown, and 2K engraved in it, with his total rushing yards engraved on the back. But it begs the question, Rico, what are you fools buying me for carrying your ass every day? Thoughts?
Roberto, did you pick up the used toilet paper yet?
Yeah, thank you. I love you too, Rico. That, my friends, that is in football today. So for a limited time only, purchase a full-on program. You get free grub control, free surface insect control. But you got to do it. You got to do it with the show. It's Natural Way Lawn and Tree Service. Just mention my name. You say you hate my guts. I don't care. I'll save you money. 888-GET-GREEN or go to naturalwaylawn.com. Nobody wants to mess with their lawn in the summer, crabgrass or otherwise. So have Natural Way come out and do whatever it is that they do. All I can tell you is there's fewer chemicals, and they use environmentally sound practices. And if you get that application early, your lawn's going to look right. And you don't have to go screwing around with it. That works for me. 888-GET-GREEN or go to naturalwaylawn.com. Locally owned and operated for over 30 years. It's Natural Way Lawn and Tree Service. Get green, stay green with Natural Way.
This Radio.com Sports Minute is brought to you by North Bloomfield Properties.
I'm Jim Rome with a Radio.com Sports Minute. We're now just one day away from the start of the NCAA tournament, and I cannot wait. It is so great to have it back. You know what else is great to have back? One Sister Jean Dolores Schmidt, better known as Sister Jean. You remember her from the 2018 Final Four? 98-year-old Sister Jean in a wheelchair giving killer interviews and scouting reports on opponents before the Loyola games. So the Loyola team chaplain, an absolute legend, is back at 101 years of age, and she is talking junk. Quote, I filled out my bracket. I may change it before I go down there. I don't see Kentucky anyplace. End quote. Boom! Roasted! How's that taste, Big Blue Nation? You just got owned by a 101-year-old nun, and there is none you can say about it. I'm Jim Rome.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering supplies and solutions for every industry, with 24/7 support and experienced staff at over 250 local branches. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is Derek's O'Reilly Auto Parts story.
After the third time jump-starting my car, I finally realized my battery was dying. So I stopped by O'Reilly to have it checked. They tested it right there in the parking lot. It was bad, real bad. But they helped me find the right battery for my car and even installed it for free. Now my car starts like new.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Spring is in the air, and there's never been a better time to get a new set of wheels than during the Kia Spring Clearance Event. Hi friends, Bill Golling here for Golling Kia of Madison Heights, telling you about some of the great values going on all month long. Qualified buyers can lease a 2021 Kia Forte LXS for just $119 a month. Leases for 36 months, 10,000 miles a year with $3,000 down. We have more than 300 cars to choose from, so come visit our new dealership on 14 Mile Road, east of the Oakland Mall in Madison Heights. Remember, we want to see you at Golling Kia. Check us out online at gollingkia.com.
There's always that one team that ruins your bracket. That's why this year, be happy because we've got the FanDuel Sportsbook app, America's #1 sportsbook. Because on FanDuel, your first bet is risk-free. New users get up to $1,000 in site credit back if your first bet doesn't win. FanDuel has odds on all the action with games day and night, an easy-to-use app, multiple deposits, and fast withdrawals, and always on promotions. And if that's not enough, FanDuel wants to make you a millionaire. Yes, you. They're giving away $1 million to one lucky bettor. New and existing users get an additional shot at the payout every day when you bet the tourney. So, if you want your shot at becoming a millionaire or even a thousandaire, download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and use the promo code Doug so they know I sent you. That's FanDuel Sportsbook, promo code Doug. Must be 21 and present in Michigan. No purchase necessary. Restrictions apply for $1 million drawing. Risk-free offer for first online real money wager only. Site credit is non-withdrawable and expires in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problems? Call 1-800-270-7117 for confidential help.
The only way you can take 97.1 The Ticket with you is the radio.com app. Download it today and listen to us anytime, anywhere.
All right, so kind of a programming note. So obviously it'll be tournament heavy here tomorrow as we get the play-in stuff. You know, you kind of feel like we're getting closer to it. Today, it's certainly been a little bit more Lions. Lions acquired a Pro Bowl player today, and they got him damn near for free. Now, they're going to pay the man, and we'll get to it at 5. I also liked what they did in their backfield, and it really is a bit of a referendum on, in a good way, Brad Holmes. I mean, we are now working our way through free agency, working our way through cutting this roster down. And he's made several big moves, several small ones, and they all seem to make sense. Man, as Rico put it, that feels weird, but I dig it. We'll get to it at 5 o'clock. Couple of the ticket texts, and then we got Kenny Cott's pick of the day. What do you got for me, Ken? Talk to me.
Mike, you sound a little bit jealous of us Detroiters now. Do you wish you had this staff in New York?
Yes. Brad Holmes or Dave Gettleman? Yes. 100%. Like, and again, I like Joe Judge. I like my coach. I think the general manager is a senile boob. So my answer would be yes. Brad Holmes has been nothing but impressive thus far. I can only go by what he does, guys.
If Holmes drafts Lance, I'll build a shrine to him in my home. He'd be doing things a Lions GM never does.
Here's where the shrine goes up, to me. Maybe Rico disagrees. If they find a way to trade down from 7 and they really leverage a team like Carolina or Denver or I don't want to say San Francisco. I don't want to upset Rico. But
no, go ahead. I've upset you with your Giants for many days. Go ahead.
Thank you. No, but it would just be the idea of, can you imagine picking it, 8, 9, 12, getting a second-round pick, getting a future 2 or a future 1, and then looking at your draft board and going, okay, the next 2 years, we've got 3 first-rounders next year, 2 the year after. We got 2 seconds this year, 2 seconds next year. That's where the shrine goes up. Now, I wouldn't be mad if we got Trey Lance.
Oh, no, I wouldn't either. Mike, I think the shrine goes up, as you say, if he can fleece a team. And honestly, it's like, man, when you're on that basketball court and you're looking for the worst player on the other team, and all of a sudden I'm looking right at the Washington football team, and that organization's falling apart.
Right.
Yeah. I would go after them. Yeah, they have, I think the 19th pick this year, but that's only because they made the playoffs.
Right, like
They're
you
gonna
could
be
have
a bad
Fitz
team.
play for you for a while, but, Fitz is week 8, week 9, week 10, probably blooms off the rose. But guess what? Hell, Fitz probably only signed there on a guarantee he gets to be the starter. And then you get into the whole business of lying to players and angering agents and all that jazz. So you don't want to do that. But you know what? Look, if you want me to be mad at Brad Holmes to fulfill some sick fantasy or stereotype you have about me, go ahead and take a receiver at 7. That's best I can tell you. 248-539-9797. Kenny, a few more of those texts, please.
Brad Hamburglar Holmes traded a useless 7th round 3 years from now for a guy that can teach and be good. That's stealing a player, basically.
I agree totally. He took advantage of his old team because they were in desperate straits salary cap-wise. Now, does it create an awkward situation considering Brockers threw shade at Jared Goff a few weeks ago? Oh, yeah. And I'm here for it. We're going to talk about that in the 5 o'clock.
Yes!
Brockers is similar to Kyle Vanden Bosch with Schwartz, a vet to let the young guys on the team learn. The mindset of signing seems the same. Hopefully it works this time.
Yeah, and look, you need culture setters. You need guys you can trust, that you can make leaders in your locker room. This is going to be a very young team and a very young roster as you move forward. You need adults in the room. And you saw when Patricia and Quinn got off to a bad start trying to implement their culture, it never worked out. You're making signings like you made today with Jamal Williams, who is a leader, with Brockers, who's a leader. You're doing those things to kind of set it up.
This one for Rico. Rico, don't get too good. That's typical Lions fan talk. If we win more games than expected, that's a good thing. It means we have the right coaching staff and GM.
How can I put this? You know what? There's no way I can say that Lions fans won't twist the words. You're on a right path. You're on the right path to getting good down the line, to becoming an actual playoff team, dare I say, Super Bowl contender. I don't want you to screw yourself, and it's like the Pistons. You need a high draft pick in the next couple of years. That means the team needs to be really, really bad, and then you get good. I don't want to see you waddling around in mediocrity, because then you're not getting that top 5 pick because you won 5 games and now you're picking 9th, 10th, or 11th. So I want to see you guys do good. So when I say I don't want them to get too good, it means winning 3 games, that's on the right path. Winning 6 games, that's on the wrong path for next season and next season only, people.
But Rico would take all that back if they got Trey Lance in the draft this year. That must be said.
Yes. You're right. Thank you, Mike. Yes.
I just want to make sure. Kenny, pick of the day. We dive into all things with some big acquisitions today and try to put a fun spin on it, too, at 5:15. Kenny, what do you got?
It's the pick of the day. Brought to you by the BetMGM Sports Lounge inside MGM Grand Detroit.
We've got Kenny, MF, and Todd. We are ready to roll.
Oilers, Flames tonight. BetMGM total set at 6.5. I, of course, am taking the over plus 100. I usually don't do overs or totals higher than 6, but I really like this game. Edmonton proved that they don't have to do all the heavy lifting for overs to hit. I also have a strange love affair with McDavid and Draisaitl. I think between those two, they can cover an over all by themselves. It's too much talent on the ice.
I'm a huge Draisaitl guy.
Big Draisaitl guy. Give me the over.
Brought to you by the BetMGM Sports Lounge inside MGM Grand Detroit. Believe in your game and place a bet at the BetMGM Lounge today.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
From the WWJ AM 950 Traffic Center, this report brought to you by United Wholesale Mortgage. There's a car fire blocking the 2 right lanes on 75 southbound before 96, and a reported accident blocking the center lane of 94 eastbound after 9 Mile. United Wholesale Mortgage is the fastest growing company in Metro Detroit, and they're looking for unique individuals like you to join their team. They offer pay training, and you don't need any previous mortgage experience to succeed. So join the team at UWM and be you here. Apply today at UWMcareers.com. I'm Michelle Pena with traffic.
Hey, it's Eli Herskovich with the BetQL Tournament Timeout, brought to you by BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks. You might just be getting excited for Friday's opening round of the college basketball tournament, but we also have 4 playing games tipping off tomorrow. Let's take a look at the battle of 2 11 seeds with Wichita State matching up against Drake. Wichita State is a 2-point favorite, and the total's around 139. Drake is plus 110 on the money line. Drake has a more physical front court in this game, and its big man is back after missing the conference tournament with an injury. Look for the underdog to have success in the paint, especially with Wichita State's biggest liability being its interior defense. Wichita State is also considered one of the luckiest teams in the country, racking up 10 wins by 2 possessions or less, including its win over South Florida in the conference tournament. If Drake's able to pull the upset off over Wichita State, it could also pose a problem for Kansas with its interior scoring. Take the 2 points to be safe, as Drake's undervalued in the playing game. This BetQL tournament timeout is brought to you by BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks. Download the app and sign up today. Must be 21 years or older, Michigan only. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-270-7117 for confidential help. Excludes Michigan disassociated persons.
This hour of instant feedback brought to you by Mike Capurro of National Benefit Plans. For affordable life insurance, log on to nbthealth.com.
Parents, do you want to save your child's life? 97.1 The Ticket Student Heart Check can help. Make the time to have your child checked. Contact the Ernst Cardiovascular Center at Beaumont Hospital in Royal Oak. Learn more at 971theticket.com. You could win the ticket signing bonus. $1,000 in 11 times each weekday. Powered by BetQL. Let BetQL's proven data and analytics help you become a better. Download the BetQL app today. Listen for the keyword at 1/2 each hour between 7 a.m. and 6 p.m. Text that keyword to 72881 before the end of that hour. Message and data rates apply, and you could win a $1,000 signing bonus on 97.1 The Ticket. WXYT FM and WXYT HD1 Detroit. A radio.com sports station. Sports headlines all day, every day. From the Sold by Mike Z Sports Desk, this is 97.1 The Ticket.
We're brought to you by Dell Technologies. Detroit Lions busy sending a 7th-round pick to the Rams in exchange for defensive tackle Michael Proctor, reportedly getting ready to sign him to a new deal. Also, they signed former Packer running back Jamal Williams, 2 years, $7.5 million. Meanwhile, former line corner Justin Coleman goes to Miami for 1 year, $2.75 million. A Houston massage therapist has filed a civil suit against Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson, alleging inappropriate conduct during a massage. Meanwhile, injured University of Michigan basketball player Isaiah Livers said today it would be, quote, miraculous if he's able to return to this year's NCAA tournament. Michigan begins play on Saturday afternoon. Pistons home tonight against Toronto. Pistons record is 10-29. Toronto favored by 4.5. The action begins right here on 97.1 The Ticket just after 7 p.m. And a Michigan epidemiologist says new COVID outbreaks are tied to high school and youth sports. The MHSAA disagrees. At the Ticket Update Desk, I'm Jeff Lesson for more 97.1 The Ticket or radio.com.
Oh, it's a strong montage update. By the way, Rocky was on again last night, Roberto. I did not fall victim to it. I mean, it's great. Stayed away.
He almost knows. Like, he's almost hitting the post on me. It's fantastic.
He is.
So, Mike, you mean you didn't fall down that rocky rabbit hole?
No, I stayed away from it.
I fell down a rabbit hole, and I know that you would never do it because you absolutely hate this song, but I must have spent maybe about 30 to 40 minutes just watching like a bunch of One Shining Moments videos going all the way.
Yeah, I think One Shining Moment is arguably the most overrated thing in sports history. I think it's terrible. The song's god awful. The montage sucks. Mateen's crying face sucks. I hate all of it. I can't do it.
You hate life and you hate puppies. Okay.
No, I don't like One Shining Moment. You know this. This isn't news. I think One Shining Moment's terrible.
Brought to you by the guy who wants to opt out at 76. Okay, go ahead.
No, there were contingencies on if I'd opt out at 76. I said with 0 health problems. I get to live perfectly to 76. I would then vaporize on my 76th birthday. I don't...
How can I help you? Can I get a double quarter pounder with cheese with just ketchup and onion?
Double quarter only ketchup and onion, sure?
Yep, a cheeseburger and a large Coke.
Cheeseburger, large Coke, and would like to please yours?
Yep.
909 first window.
quarter pounder with cheese, only ketchup and onions, cheeseburger, large Coke.
Yep.
901, 909.
Thanks. Thanks.
Clearly he didn't believe in. Now, I think they're both adults. They both make a hell of a lot of money. And it's much like guys in this building who don't hang out outside of work. You put it all aside because if we all do well, that's how you win. We don't have to be friends. Jared Goff doesn't have to like Brockers, and Brockers doesn't have to like him. Do your job. You do yours, I'll do mine. We both get paid. And that's kind of the deal. I don't know. I don't think it's as big of a deal as a lot of people are making it today. 248-539-9797. Go ahead, Will.
No, I don't think it's that big of a deal. It will be that awkward moment because Goff can be the jerk about it. Like, so, welcome back down to the lower level. Sorry you got to slum it again with me. Now, I'm sure he'll make a comment and they'll brush it aside, they'll laugh, and they'll move on. But that first initial encounter, yeah, you're awkward, right? It happened to me, except I got to, I guess, play the role of Goff. But, yeah. It was. You're not on social media, we all know.
No.
Yeah, ended up blocking one of the sales guys here on social media. And yeah, then afterwards, I ended up blocking somebody before I got here on social media.
Really?
And yeah. And then he was like, you got to send me some stuff. And I'm like, I did. He was like, oh, I think you may have blocked me. And I was like, did I? And I looked and I saw the name. And I'm like, oh, I remember you. Oh, yeah, I did block you. I remember you. Oh, yeah. He's like, behave yourself and I'll unblock you for business. So, but
that's actually awesome. I dig this. I got to find out who this is. This is tremendous.
Yeah, but when I first got there, it was a sales guy, and I was trying to set some stuff up, and I had to send him some of the social media postings that I did, and yeah, that's when we found out.
Perfect.
It's like, well, I don't know who you are, and then when I went in the block list, I was like, oh, I know exactly who you are. Oh, that's you. Okay.
Roberto, you ever have it happen to you?
No, not at all.
No, you're usually the one that people make fun of.
Of course.
That's openly accept that. But look, Brockers is here. Jamal Williams, here's the 10-cent preview. The dude is one of the best pass blocking running backs in the league. He's a physical runner. Everyone in Green Bay loved him. Locker room guy, high energy guy. He can play, man. Now, the writing was on the wall when they drafted A.J. Dillon. They felt like that was just a back they had to have. His contract was coming due. Everybody knew they weren't going to bring him back and spend more money there. They had to pay Aaron Jones. They had to do other things. But Jamal Williams is good, man. And I think whether it's Goff or whether it's a young QB, if you plan on doing all this play-action passing and you plan on having the ability to run a Rams-esque deal, you better have a back who can pass pro. And look, that was a bit of a problem for the Lions. Adrian Peterson does not pass pro. You know, Swift has a lot to learn. Kerryon Johnson, no thanks. You know, this is a nice upgrade. But again, the little moves they've made, hardworking guys that are on prove-it deals, guys that want to get paid down the line. Terrell Williams. Jamal Williams is not coming here to finish his career. He wants to get paid.